Happy New Year, everyone! Welcome to my channel. My name is Vivia, and I am an interaction designer currently working at Google. If it is your first time coming to my channel, this is a place where I share design, UX, as well as professional growth. So please subscribe me if this is interesting to you. As a designer at Google, I've already worked from home for around more than half a year since the pandemic. We've heard that we're gonna continue work from home at least until September. In the beginning, my real reaction is like, what? Another year? I think I'm gradually get used to this new norm. So I really want to use this chance to show you how my day looks like when I work from home, to share some of the best practice on how to be productive working from home and how to arrange my workspace, how I plan my day, and what are the tools or methods that I use to be more productive. Hope this can be inspiring to you as well. If you like this video, please give a like or comment below. I also summarize a few tips about working from home in the end, so stick to the end if it's possible. Hey everyone, good morning. Today is Tuesday in January 5th, and this is the first day that I went back to work in 2021. Here is my dressing desk. I like to start my morning from here, starting with my skincare process. Alright, this is a very quick makeup, only take around 5 minutes, and now I'm ready to work. At 8:30, I will start my breakfast. Today's breakfast is some bakery, egg tart, and also the taro ball. I feel having good breakfast in the morning help me to wake up more and be more energetic during the day. So I just finished my breakfast and now let's get to work. So let me show you my home office. It's only around 2 seconds from my bedroom. This is my workstation. I have so many screens. I got around, how many screens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screens. One is my monitor from my company and my laptop. Also a Google Home Max where I use it to try some new features. This is an iPad and pencil from my company for me to whiteboarding and sketch out some ideas. I also got several books from Orly, and I've read UX strategy last year, and I want to cover these 3 books. One of them is about storytelling, and the other is about design for how people think, design for behavior change. So it's all about designing for users' mindset. Other than this, I also have a very traditional way of keeping notes and writing down bullet points. So this is a sketchbook that I use for drawing out some ideas, drawing out user journey map, or draw out some wireframes. I also use it for meetings when I need to jot down very quick notes, or before presentation when I want to add some bullet points. And this is my personal Mac where I use it to edit my videos or play games sometimes. To be honest, I look forward to go back to work, especially after a long and relaxing holiday. I have made a lot of plans, including my career, work, and life and personal growth. So I'm very excited how I can execute them and reach my goal. In the morning before I start work, I will read an article from Medium just to get some input in my mind and also try to understand the trend of UX and technology. Last night, I've spent some time to write down the goals and also some of the tasks that I need to finish for this week. I also add them to the calendar, so when I jump to work, open my laptop, I can just start working. Now I'm going to share with you how I plan my day. So the night before that day, I will write down a list of items that I need to finish for the day. And also I prioritize these items based on their importance and urgency. I pretty much use Google Workspace product at work. I use Google Task to plan my day. Sometimes I like to add the items into my calendars so that I know when to do what. I like to create a separate calendar event for my design work. For design work, I usually use Figma to design flows or the interfaces. For prototype, I use Prototype, Principle, or Framer to make quick prototype or high fidelity prototype. Also, I use stock slide sheet as a way to communicate with my colleague, collect feedbacks, and also consolidate them for my design. I also use emails and chat to communicate, sharing thoughts and ask questions, or start threads to invoke conversations. Alright, now I'm gonna have my first meeting of this year. Let's see how it goes. Morning! And this meeting is a stand-up. Currently, we have a feature that's going to launch soon. So this stand-up is to sync with the PM's engineer for the plan, figure out what are the actionable items. As a designer, my role is to make sure the implementation is smooth enough and also provide necessary information or specs to engineers. So I'm gonna do some visioning work this week since as a designer you have to plan things out so engineer can start implement things. I think one of the strategy for this year, I've blocked a full hour to cook and also eat. This cooking thing is causing a lot of time, but we have to do it since now we're working from home. This is what we're eating today. Short rib with tofu and cabbage, very Chinese style. While I'm waiting for the rib stew to be ready, I'm gonna make some lemon passion fruit tea. At 1 o'clock, I need to get back to work. Sometimes I have meeting right after lunch. And now it's 2 o'clock, and I usually block 2 to 5 o'clock as my design time. Although sometimes some meeting can bump into that area, but I wish I could use like a very concentrated time for me to think deep and really get some design work done. So this afternoon, I'm going to work on a few flows for one of the projects. Let's jump right into it. Sometimes I will get ping from our engineers because we are implementing a feature that we're going to launch soon. So there are a lot of details about adjusting the UI. So I will respond to them if it's an urgent issue. Otherwise, I will just check the bug list to see what I can help to unblock them. I use this time to check emails, responded to chat messages, and dealing with some urgent issue for that day. 3 o'clock is usually my break time. At this time, my energy is kind of low, so I went to the backyard and picked some flowers. I want them to be on my desk. It's quite delightful to see the flowers during work. I just finished my last meeting in the afternoon, and it's around 4 o'clock now, and it's getting pretty dark outside. Usually after this time, I'm free of meetings since many colleagues take off or need to take care of their kids. It's quite challenging to be productive at this point since my energy can be very low, but on the other hand, this is a block that you might get less interruption, so it's perfect for building a creative zone where I can enjoy doing something creative and fun. For me, it's finding inspiration and play around with different visual styles for my design. Alright, I just finished a day of my work, and now it's the time for exercise. I usually will practice dance.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7.
I know sometimes people might feel depressed or frustrated for being too long at home. I think exercise helps us to be more positive. So I just finished my dinner and I want to use this time to read my new book called The Business Book. And it's actually a book that simplifies knowledge related to business. I think as a designer, especially as you're getting more and more senior, knowing some business will really help you to help with the product strategy, understand how things work and how can we profit. So it's almost the end of the day and I'm ready to go to sleep. But before I go to sleep, I like to read some books. And today I'm gonna read this book, Storytelling in Design. This is also one of the new books that I got. And see you tomorrow morning. If you ask me what's the time distribution looks like in your day, I would say it depends on different situation. Typically, I use 10% of my time for planning and prioritization, 30% for meetings, 20% for communication through emails and chats, and 40% for design work. This is just a rough graph. The percentage might vary, depends on the situation. Someday I will have a lot of meetings, I might have a full day meeting, and sometimes I will have like a full day for design work, and that's my favorite time. I like to make more time for design, but sometimes communication and coordination can be super duper important to move things forward. Thanks for watching till the end. Really appreciate it. As promised, I will share some of the tips on how to be productive working from home. First, plan your day the night before. don't do the planning work in the morning because morning time is very precious and you can use that time to do some complex work. Also, planning ahead can help you to jump right into the work in the morning. Second, focus block method. Block a substantial chunk of time for applying sustained focus to your most creative work. 3. Communication is important, but don't spend hours and hours just scanning through your emails and have chit-chat with colleagues. You can use this fragmented time to do that, but don't use the block time for those. 4. Try to be concentrated. Usually people like to be multitasking, but switching content can sometimes hurt the productivity. So be concentrated on one thing and move on if you finish. Last but not least is to create a comfortable environment for yourself. For me, is investing on a standing table and also a really nice ergonomic chair. I also got this Herman Miller chair this year. Although I got a desk from IKEA where you can lift it up and down, still got a stool so it's easier for me to stand up. I wish I could buy this chair earlier because it's not until the end of the year that I decided to spend the money on a nice chair. But when I first sit on it, I was like, oh, I regret so much that I didn't get it earlier because I suffer from some back pain if I sit there for too long. And I also got a Kubi Pro, which is a seated under desk elliptical. I really like elliptical when I went to gym, but since now we don't have the access to gym anymore, I bought this one so I can still exercise while I'm sitting, walking, or in a meeting. So hope this video inspires you. If you feel it is helpful, please give me a like or comment below and subscribe to my channel. I'm Vivia. I share design, UX, and professional growth. And see you next time. Bye.